He's running against Trump's handpicked candidate, Byron Donalds, who I guess you would describe as kind of a TPUSA stooge figure.
Yeah.
I think that's my idea. Most important about Mr. Donalds is he's black, and we're going to get into that in a second. Important in the context of James Fishback, but he's kind of just this generic get-along MAGA character who, in many ways, is used to sort of that we have a black guy. Like, it is like a lot of the staging and stuff like that. They'll bring him out at like RNCs and stuff like that, and it really feels like they're trying to show a lot of diversity there. I don't know if you agree with that, but that is just
I mean, he reminds me
a lot of personality on his own that he shows.
He reminds me of 2014 Tom Cotton running in Arkansas, which was the first political race I covered as a reporter, where he would just come out and be like, beep, beep, boop, boop. I hate Obama, and I love being a Republican.
Yes.
But Byron Donalds has come up on the show before because he gave his life to God in the parking lot of an
that's
IHOP,
right.
I think.
Now
or
I
Waffle
remember.
House or some sort of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's also apparently celebrated his anniversary with his current wife and talked about the start of their relationship, and it was when he was legally married to his first wife. So it's like, you're telling me now for the first time type of thing that he was married when it happened. You look, Fishback loves to hit Byron Donalds with racist attacks, and he does it directly. He called him a slave. He refers to him as Byron because I guess it's more black sounding, which is difficult. It's a difficult one because it's really racist. But I should add, remember I mentioned that stuff about the immigrant, mentality, right? Like the biracial immigrant mentality. This is the kind of overcompensation I'm talking about, and I feel like, yes, absolutely, whites are this racist. Of course they are, all over the place. We just mentioned a couple of bangers before. This podcast always does. But they've gotten a little bit more adept at kind of saying things that kind of get into the news cycle and stuff like that. Like Trump always calling people low IQ and stuff like that, right? It's just a little bit more subtle. And here you have this guy is so strong with his racism that he really wants you to think like that he's extremely white, And that's almost my impression of him. He posted this weird shooting range video and captioned, "Let's see if you're really black." And anyway, here he is talking about why Donalds is a slave. It's I should say caged in some attacks that actually hit Donalds in a place where he's vulnerable.
To the fake news CNN reporter that asked me, why do you call him a slave? Is it because he's black? Why do you call him a slave? I call him a slave because he's a slave. And if he wants me to stop calling him a slave, give back the $45 million to AIPAC and Wall Street and the hedge fund billionaires. Until then, Byron Donalds, you're a slave.
This is like a hype cut he posted of himself.
Yes, correct. But I think that, it's useful to hear it in that context because this is what he wants you to hear about him. Like, this is how he wants you to think about him using the word slave. He is, he gets some kind of like, his vocal measures kind of sounds kind of Hitler-esque in some of that, where he's like really just raising it and raising it and raising it towards the end, if you noticed. That shouty type of thing that Hitler would get into. Not good. I don't think that's great. Like that he thinks that this is the supercut that everybody needs to see. Pretty racist. He regularly uses the term goy slop, which we have talked about as evidence that MAGA is losing touch with reality. So he's used that in reference to like school meals. I think when people were questioning about it, Jared, he was sort of like, it's funny, get over it. And a different black man got a taste of his racial resentment when he asked him on the campaign trail. This was like about a week or so ago. And he was just like, hey, what about that girl that you had that was accusations of grooming in so many words? Here's how that played out.
Mass was it missionary? Backshots? What was it?
Listen, I don't want you ever speaking about women in our state like that ever again.
I mean, I don't want you ever smashing girls, teenage girls, in our state ever again. So promise me, never smash a minor again.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
You should
Why
be
hasn't
lynched.
Trump been?
You should be lynched.
I should be
about me like
lynched.
that.
I should be lynched.
Yes, you should be lynched for lying about me like
lynch
that.
all pedophiles.
I agree. I will lynch every single Epstein criminal in this country.
Start yourself tonight. Start yourself tonight, sir.
Why haven't I?
This guy's
Lynched.
fucking crazy. He's
That's a
fucking
word. That's
crazy, dude.
That's a word choice for sure, man.
But he's fucking. There were so many things to unpack there. The shouting, the anger. If you see the actual video of it, his face is like shaking, and it's like he looked fucking crazy. He looks just stark raving fucking crazy. The other thing I should point out, there is the second thing is like, yes, we're gonna lynch the Epstein criminals. What the fuck? I mean, he's talking about doing that in a public setting, by the way, which is like, again, anybody who broke the law around the Epstein stuff needs to go to prison. They need to be. Let's get these people on trials. I'm all for it. But like, again, was why I said he's a fascist and not a conservative. Like having public hangings with no trial or whatever. I don't know if there's a trial involved in his mind, but like, yeah, I mean, this sort of vigilante justice thing about pedophiles. Also, while at the same time having this story about grooming, there's too many red flags here for me to actually see James Fishback anymore. He is completely insane and quite scary.